Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel.
Advent is all about desire. Desire often gets a bad rap in religious circles. Why? Well, sometimes people equate the word desire with something positive. Sexual desire, one of God's greatest gifts to humanity. Without that, none of us would even be here. But just as often, they equate desire with simply wanting things, as if I'm saying that Advent is about just getting more stuff. But the desires that I'm talking about aren't surface wants like, I want a new smartphone. Instead, I'm talking about our deepest longings, the desires that help us to know who we are meant to become. And what is our deepest desire? God. You know that strange longing that you've always felt, that sense that there must be something more to life, that weird feeling of incompletion? That's the desire for God. That's one way that God calls to you. Have you ever thought about it that way? The desire that you feel for God is God's desire for you. How else would God draw you closer? That which you seek is already seeking you. So pay attention to those desires. That's why it's important to understand and name those desires. If you listen carefully, you'll see that the readings for Advent express this desire over and over again. In the Old Testament, the whole earth longs for God. Later, John the Baptist gives voice to Israel's desire for the Messiah. Still later, Mary and Joseph long for the birth of their son. The whole movement of Advent is about desire for Jesus. And then at Christmas, we see how much God desires us, so much so that He became one of us. Jesus Himself recognized this. Remember the story of Bartimaeus, the blind beggar? Admittedly, not an Advent story. When Jesus meets him by the side of the road, He says, "What do you want me to do for you?" Now, why does Jesus ask Bartimaeus such an obvious question? After all, Jesus could see that the man was blind. One reason is that Jesus knew that recognizing our longings means recognizing God's desires for us. Jesus may have asked Bartimaeus what he wanted because He knew that our desires help us learn something about who we are. It's freeing to say, "This is what I want in life." The deep longings of our heart are our holy desires, not only for physical healing, as Bartimaeus asked for and others ask for today, but also the longing for change, for growth, for a fuller life. And those particular desires, which lead us to become who we're meant to be, help reveal God's plans for us. Desire is a key part of Christian spirituality because desire is a key way that God's voice is heard in our lives. And our deepest longing, planted within us, is our Advent desire for Jesus Christ, who is often called, in that most beautiful phrase, the desire of the nations. So this Advent, why not get in touch with your deepest desire and for the one who desires you, God.